Good morning, friends. Today is the Urticaria Day, and we, the IADVL community of Dermatologists 2021, would like to spread some awareness about urticaria. We know that we see it very commonly in our everyday practice, and this is a condition which presents as intensely itchy red or skin colored rashes which may appear just about anywhere in the body. These are transient in the sense that while the old ones are disappearing, new ones are coming. So this is referred to in layman's term also as hives or nettle rash or wells, and in Hindi we call it chapaki. In Khasi we call it superbread. This is because of a release of a chemical which is called histamine. Urticaria can be basically two types: acute, when the episodes are confined to up to a period of 6 weeks, and chronic, when they exceeding 6 weeks. Acute urticaria is the result of usually an infection which can be an upper respiratory tract infection. It could be an viral infection, bacterial, parasitic infections, or it could be the result of intake of some food, which can be seafood, shellfish, and things like nuts, milk, eggs, or it could be because of medicines like antibiotics, like cephalosporins, penicillin, and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and even radiocontrast media, and several others, or even opioids. It could be because of physical contact with latex, or with raw vegetables or raw fruits, or even because of contact with insects like or the sting of insects like bees, wasps, ants. These type of urticarias are usually short-lived, and the presentation happens within half an hour of the insult. Chronic urticarias by and large are because of autoimmunity, where the reasons could be a thyroid disease, a liver disorder, chronic infections, lupus, and it could be a smaller subset because of physical urticarias. Physical urticarias are one where you will see the rashes appearing because of some factors which are very well known. It could be a change in the temperature of the environment, or because of sweating, vibration, pressure, exposure to the sun, or even because of exercise. So these type of urticarias are usually long lasting. So once we know the cause, they can also present, as as dermographism, when you will find that the patient has been stroked or scratched on a particular part of the body, and he gets an urticarial wheal, and this can be itchy also. So we call it symptomatic dermographism. Urticaria may come in isolation, or it can happen as a part of another condition together with another condition in 50% of the cases. That is angioedema, where there is a swelling of the deeper part of the skin, and so this patient will present with swelling of the lips, of the lids, of the ears, hands, feet, genitalia. Okay, and yet urticaria may come as a part of another very severe allergic reaction, which is called anaphylaxis, which may present with other symptoms like shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing, abdominal cramps, nausea, vomiting. So these are the cases we must learn to recognize and rush them to the hospital because they require urgent medical attention. Now, urticaria, when they happen, our patients would usually have safeguarded themselves by taking, avoiding the triggering factors, taking antihistamines. But what after that? So when they start interfering with their daily lives, with their sleep, with their schooling, when they become, impactful in the quality of life, they come and see us. So as a dermatologist, do we really do the tests straight away for all of these patients? No, we do not do the tests right away. We may consider doing them when we have chronic urticaria. We would like to rule out chronic infections, liver disorders, thyroid diseases, and many others. So the other thing that we would like to do, in fact, from the patient, we are pressed by the patients to do the skin test, which may not really be practical because firstly, that may not include all the allergens, and secondly, is it feasible to avoid all the allergens? May not be possible. So, and they're also quite costly. And finally, when we have, urticaria, which is in association with joint pains or with fever, and they are long lasting, over a few days, and they are, associated with bruising or bluish color, then we have, we must rule out some other conditions. So we would like to do a skin biopsy as well. Now, coming to the treatment, it is antihistamines all the way. Antihistamines of two types, the older variety, which included the diphenhydramine, cyproheptadine, and also things like, hydroxyzine. Now, these were those medicines which interfered with the cognitive function, and so they caused drowsiness and dryness of mouth and blurred vision, and also difficulty in some urinary disturbances, and they needed to be given frequently. So these are the antihistamines we will not give to a person who needs to be agile during the day. So a person who would be handling machinery, or a flight attendant, pilot, teacher, doctor, these are the people we will not like to give. So the next type of antihistamines are, the cetirizine, levocetirizine, fexidine, and also the loratadine, desloratadine, belastine, duportastine. So these are the newer antihistamines. They have their advantage that they are not interfering with the cognitive function, and they can be upscaled and given many-fold. Okay, so but sometimes our urticaria cannot be handled with just the antihistamines, so we may have to combine the two of them, or we may have to take Ropen also, a short course of oral steroids, or we may also add in the montelukast or cyclosporin, methotrexate, and now the omalizumab injections are given, and these are very successful and very useful also for chronic urticaria. The patients want to know how long will they have to deal with this. Actually, the acute urticaria, and by and large most of the urticarias, they go away, and the skin returns to normal, and you will find that by the end of 1 year, most of them would have 50% would have cleared up. But those individuals who are still having to deal with the urticaria, we can actually assure them with a few facts which must be brought to their knowledge, that this is not contagious and it is neither life-threatening. And if we take proper care, and if we are under the supervision of an expert, of a dermatologist, these antihistamines can be given very safely for prolonged period of time without any worry. So I hope I have been able to impart some information about urticaria to you all. Thank you so much.